Okay, today I'm gonna get into emotional and mental stability since like the last several months I've kind of more focused on physical attributes like with the Athlete X and video that I have and covering the seven pillars and everything. So like with the emotional and mental stability, like it gets into like the third point, which of the smart recovery. It's just gets into also like the chapter 5, which I got into as well, how we manage our thoughts, feelings, behaviors, and pretty much like our emotion and mental state and everything. So a lot of times, especially like when those of us that are first getting off on our addictive behaviors and everything, our emotions are like way over here. Like we go from this point all the way over to here, and we're kind of like all over the place. And it's a matter, instead of being like way over here, it's like a pendulum swinging back and forth. We want to reduce it down to the pendulum's more uh, instead of like the major swings, we're just having those minor swings. So that way, instead of having a hair point trigger on like everything that we come across, like whether at work where someone pisses us off and we just turn around and like mouth off back to them, we are able to take a step back and think clearly, and we want to get in control of our emotions. So therefore it gets control of our behaviors and our thoughts, and so that way we're more emotionally stable, and instead of acting out and everything, which it gets into the smart recovery handbook gets into especially in chapter 5, which is all about the thoughts, feelings, and behavior, which did go over chapter 5 in the previous video. So you want to focus on your physical health. It's also important to focus on your mental health and everything. Pillar 6 in the video I talked about with the 7 pillars is mindfulness, which gets into that. Now this basic is mindfulness is okay, but there's also much more in-depth concepts to that and everything. So I've talked about journaling, where you pretty much what I do at the end of the day. I just basically write how my day went, so I can get a reflection on the past 24 hours or so. And of course people have that negative connotation with journaling, okay, so you write down oh, Becky was such a bitch to me and I wanted to kick her in the face, and then it's actually not bad to actually get those thoughts and stuff onto paper, so you can take a step back and realize okay, so I was upset about something and everything earlier today, but let me write it down and see how I actually handled it. And okay, so maybe I didn't handle it as best as I could. Now writing it down, I can sit there and when something like that comes up again, I'm oh wait, I didn't handle this that well this last time, so now maybe I can do this instead. And stuff like that, and meditation, where you're just pretty much sitting quietly for 5-10 minutes or whatever, kind of in a sense collecting your thoughts and just trying to find that inner peace. So you can sit there and like I said, not have a pendulum where you're swinging from here to here. You can get it down to swinging from here to here, so that way you can get your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors and in control. So that way it will help not only the physical, but directly your mental and everything. So now both are your mental and physical are separate, but they're also combined. So think of your mind and your body, they're one and the same, but they're connect, and that they're connected, but they're also separate. If you go to the gym and lift weights, you're getting stronger physically, but if you're if you want to get mentally tougher, you might have to do other stuff, especially in the beginning, which I think would be perfect, is working with a therapist and everything, so you can actually have that someone to work with, so you can bounce off ideas. and get yourself with, like I said, with getting into like chapter 5 in the previous video, you can get those thoughts, emotions, behaviors, and everything like under control. And also having like that support group outside of like maybe you're in a position where you need to do inpatient or detox or whatever, or like maybe you're at the point where you just need to do outpatient or something. So that way, like you get that support group, and like once you get out of the whole process of like working like with a therapist, doing inpatient, outpatient type of deal, you also go and find like your support group like outside like of the like that part of the cycle and everything, and you find like groups of people that like know that you can support, and like and this is where something like the internet can come in handy. I mean, yes, there is a lot of bullshit that is out there on the internet, and so you kind of have to sort through that as well. But like you can find maybe groups like through like social media apps, like you can get into groups like Facebook of stuff that like you're interested in, like I'm part of like the Athlete Next Facebook group, and you can get into like fitness groups like or like that, where you can find support, getting help with like maybe your physical fitness. You can also find support like in groups that like maybe you're into like Christian or maybe even Nordic or like Hindu mythology, something. You can find groups that are into that and everything. You can also listen to podcasts and everything. So like guys, quite a lot of times podcasts, they also have other groups on like different apps like Facebook, or they have a Discord group. So you can find like online forums that you can like kind of branch out and get like groups that are online. And like a good thing about that is that you can also search like in local areas like and the stuff that you're into, so you can get like that support group, so you can like find like people in your physical area where you can turn to like and get that support where like you're getting your emotions under control. So like maybe someone at work pisses you off, you can go to like your friends and like bounce ideas off of them to kind of like how to handle situations better and get your behavior, like I said, behaviors and emotions in check and everything. So like what worked for me when I first started off getting sober was like the whole mindset, like you bring the body and the mind will follow. I jumped full force going into the gym and everything. I was going like 6 days a week, and that really helped me clear up my mind and everything, because it gave me like a routine, like okay, I go to work and then I go to the gym afterwards, and like I need to do this because like the mantra I would use is like I'll feel better about myself after I go. And like by going like and using that mantra, like it helped me build the routine to kind of like I said, I brought the body and my mind kind of followed, and kind of helped me clear up my mind. So like after kind of getting myself on stable grounds, like with getting like a steady employment, like so I had a source of income to be able to provide for myself, so that like I have my own place and food, and have ability to go to like pay for a gym membership to go there, so like I can still work on my physical health. And like it got eventually got me into doing things like journaling, which like helps with the mental aspect. And also like with eventually like several years later, which I just probably started in the last few years or so, was the meditation practice, which helps with like I said the emotions and like the thoughts and everything, because you're sitting down with yourself for like I said 5-10 minutes or so, and just kind of just sitting there patiently, like okay, or what's going on in up here and everything, and like where are my thoughts going. And like the thing about meditation, it's not necessarily about having no thoughts or whatsoever. It's about more of like what's popping up into my mind for thoughts and stuff, so that way how is it directing my emotions and behaviors. And yeah, it gives you that quiet introspection, so you can have like a more time to like kind of like get yourself like I like the said of the pendulum, where like analogy where instead of being like swinging back and forth between these two extremes, you're getting yourself down to like a more of like a just like the little back, like a kind of like the grandfather clock, like back and forth instead of like go back and forth this way. So like the emotional health is just as important as physical health. So like you have to take stock of like your own unique situation, like because when you look at like the big picture, like everything, like okay, I need to get the job, I need to get mentally stable, I need to get physically stable, I need to do all this. It's like uh, by like taking a step back and kind of like working on like things on like building daily habits of like building like a meditation practice or like a journaling practice, like doing it every day, and also going like with me going to the gym every day to make sure I'm taking care of myself. It's a matter of like what you can do each day to kind of like inch yourself forward, so you don't have to necessarily like go from 0 to 100 instantly. You can go from 0 like to 1 to 2 to 3 and work yourself up to 100, so you can like get yourself on stable ground, like both physically and mentally. So like and like I said, you have to look at like your unique situation and like where do I need to focus on stuff. Like you might be in a situation where you're financially stable with a job and everything, so like okay, well I got that down, so now I need to work on maybe my mental stability. So this is where like what I'm talking about with meditation and journaling and stuff like that. You start working on that, and then like okay, after say 3 or 4 weeks, I got that all set and everything. Now I can start maybe I feel comfortable having that habit down. Now maybe I can go into the gym, or like vice versa. Like what I did is like I went to the gym, and then mental game came later and everything. So like you have to take a look at your unique situation and like kind of like see what works and everything for you. Like another thing that works for me great for like my mental health is getting out for walks. Like I have like a walking trail that I can get to and everything. So like but you might be in a big city that you might not necessarily be able to get to a walking trail, but you can maybe get to your gym where like you just use like the treadmill where you're just walking, and maybe you like put on headphones and listen to some like common music or something, so you can sit there and when you're walking on the treadmill instead of out in like a walking trail, you can sit there and think and help clear your head and everything. So like next week I may probably be getting back into like another of the YouTube channels that I found. So until next time.